The first strike. The first sign was fire streaking across the Pacific. Morning skies erupted with blazing trails as enormous alien ships pierced the atmosphere. Thousands of people stared in awe and terror as metallic shadows darkened the sun, reflecting in glass towers, oceans, and fields. Within seconds, satellites that had monitored Earth for decades vanished, erased without warning. Communication networks blinked out, leaving only static. Then came the voices. Not through speakers, not in any language anyone knew at first. But somehow, every human heard it in their minds, a single cold broadcast that froze the world. Humanity has been judged. Your world will burn. Panic spread faster than fire. Cities lit up with alarms. Planes dropped from the skies. Governments attempted to respond, but even their most advanced military satellites were gone. The alien fleet didn't slow. It didn't pause. It simply hovered, silently waiting. On the ground, people ran for cover. Families clutched one another, staring upward, unable to comprehend what had just arrived. In the halls of the United Nations Global Alliance, diplomats and military leaders stared at the live feeds with horror. The world had never seen such technology, such precision, such absolute power. Dr. Elena Morozov, one of the leading astrophysicists in Moscow, watched a cascade of lights over the ocean and whispered, "They're not testing us. They've already calculated the outcome." Across the globe, similar sentiments echoed. Fear, disbelief, and a strange undercurrent of disbelief that Earth might actually fight back. The alien fleet did not engage immediately. Instead, it hovered, and the world realized this was not a simple raid. This was judgment, half a galaxy away. In the crystalline chambers of the Galactic Council, delegates observed the live transmission. Monitors displayed Earth's destruction in real time. The Council, an alliance of a dozen advanced civilizations, debated. "This is a primitive planet," said Ambassador Veer of the Zraxis. His insectoid mandibles clicked in irritation. "They are doomed. No action is necessary." Councillor Thalik of Andor frowned. "Are we not obligated to intervene, even minimally?" Ver waved his limbs. "Intervention is pointless. Humanity is insignificant. Their extinction will not affect the balance." Some murmured unease, but the vote was unanimous. The Council would observe. They would watch and learn and let the humans meet their fate. And so, while the galaxy deliberated, Earth burned in silence. Beneath the surface, humanity was not idle. Hidden bunkers sprawled across continents hummed with life. Engineers, soldiers, and scientists moved with purpose and urgency. In a massive underground complex beneath the Rockies, General Marcus Liang strode down a corridor, his boots echoing. Screens lined the walls, displaying alien ships in real time. Feeding from intelligence satellites still functioning in the shadows. "Status report," he demanded. Lieutenant Sarah Voss, her face pale but resolute, responded, "Satellites are gone, sir. Communications black, but Project Aris is ready. All systems operational." Liang paused, looking at the young officer. "Are you certain?" "Nothing like this has ever been deployed. If we fail—" "We won't fail, sir," Voss interrupted, eyes unwavering. "Ares was built for this moment. It will fight for humanity when we cannot." The general nodded once, grimly. "Then let it begin." Project Ares was humanity's most closely guarded secret. No alien empire, no observer from the Galactic Council, not even Earth's citizens had ever known its scale. It was a planetary defense system, a fusion of artificial intelligence, autonomous weaponry, and human ingenuity, designed for a single purpose: survival against an invader far stronger than anything Earth could ordinarily face. Above the planet, alien ships moved with calculated grace, scanning, probing, testing. Entire cities flickered out of existence under their targeting grids. Blackouts swept across continents. Communications were silenced. And yet, the humans inside their bunkers did not panic. Instead, they watched, they calculated, they waited. Every attack, every strike, every movement of the alien fleet fed into the Ares network. And Ares was learning. By the 5th hour, the first alien drone vanished. Then another. Systems aboard the fleet's smallest vessels began malfunctioning. Lights blinked erratically. Engines stuttered. The invaders could not understand the cause. Nothing like this had ever happened to them before. On Earth, screens flickered across underground command centers. A single message appeared in coded format, transmitted through channels the aliens could not detect. Phase 1 activated. Humanity endures. The general's voice echoed through the bunker. It's begun. We are not helpless. The galaxy thinks we are weak. They will soon regret it. Outside, the alien ships hovered, waiting, calculating. But one by one, as the sun dipped below the horizon, the first pieces of human resistance came alive. Invisible, precise, unstoppable. And for the first time in the galaxy, the invaders began to realize humanity was not the fragile, primitive species they had assumed. The world was no longer watching history unfold. Humanity had started writing it. The alien fleet hesitated above Earth. Systems failed unpredictably. Lights vanished in the darkness of space. And far beyond the solar system, a single cryptic human transmission reached the void, echoing across the silent stars. Phase 1 activated. Humanity endures. The Council, watching from afar, could only remain silent. The galaxy had underestimated Earth, and the reckoning had just begun. The sky over the Pacific had gone dark. Smoke and dust swirled in the air where the first strike had struck. Survivors crawled from rubble, eyes wide, mouths open in disbelief. Humanity's cities had been scarred, satellites destroyed, communication networks crippled, but somehow the world had not fallen. Not yet. Silence fell across the planet. It was the kind of silence that presses into the chest, a silence that tells every living creature something they already feared. The aliens were still watching. And then the world noticed something impossible. Ships that had hovered like shadows moments ago were gone. Entire squadrons, vessels that should have been tearing cities apart, vanished without a trace. No explosions, no debris, nothing. In underground bunkers across Europe, Asia, and the Americas, humanity's last leaders exchanged grim glances. Screens displayed fragments of alien movement, but the fleet was incomplete. The missing vessels were unaccounted for. Even the most advanced AI systems aboard the alien ships couldn't explain their disappearance. Lieutenant Sarah Voss stared at a feed from orbit, her finger hovering over a console. "Sir," she whispered, "they're disappearing. Our scans show nothing. It's like they've been erased." General Marcus Liang leaned closer, his eyes hard. "That's not erasure. That's a trap, or a warning." Below the Atlantic, deep inside an underwater command station, engineers and military scientists activated Operation Mirage, the second layer of Project Aries. Massive holographic grids unfolded across the room, showing ghost cities, decoy fleets, and simulated thermal signatures. Humanity was pretending to be dead, but in truth it was watching, calculating, and learning. Every strike the aliens had delivered fed directly into Ares's algorithms. Every destroyed building, every blackout, every disruption became a piece of a puzzle the AI was solving faster than any human could follow. Far above Earth, the alien fleet began to panic. Ships that had once been invincible twitched and flickered. Engines stuttered. Navigation systems failed at random intervals. Alien commanders called for assessments, but no one could explain the phenomenon. "What is happening?" Admiral Threx demanded, his claws clattering on the control console. "All systems nominal, and yet we are losing vessels." "The planet? It's fighting back," hissed a junior officer, his voice trembling. "But how?" "There's no explanation." Threx's mandibles clicked sharply. "It cannot be natural. This species, humans, they are adapting too fast, too precise, impossible." Meanwhile, deep in the orbital debris belt, small, unseen human drones began moving. They weren't weapons, at least not yet. They were scouts, mapping alien technology, feeding data into Ares in real time. Every drone, every sensor, every signal was invisible to alien scanners. Humanity's presence had become a ghost across the battlefield. On the surface, civilians were evacuated to hidden bunkers, underground cities, and fortified facilities. Dr. Elena Morozov coordinated scientific teams in Siberia, Africa, and the Americas, directing energy research and weaponry that had remained secret from the world for decades. Humanity was no longer reacting, they were preparing. Across the galaxy, the Galactic Council observed in shocked silence. Most delegations had expected Earth to fall within hours. The Zraxis ambassador, whose mandibles clicked nervously, leaned closer to the display. This is not possible, he said. The planet is dead. Satellites destroyed. Communications down. Yet the planet is alive. Councillor Thalik of Andor whispered under his breath. They are hiding something. Something no one has ever seen before. The Supreme Speaker's crystal body shimmered as it tapped a claw against the observation console. Let us continue to watch. But mark my words, if this species survives, the galaxy will regret it. Back on Earth, beneath the Pacific Ocean, Project Ares had fully activated its defense matrix. Massive subterranean machines hummed, energy pulsing through cables that stretched for kilometers. The AI's voice, calm and precise, filled every control room. Phase 2 ready, initiating stealth operations. Humanity will endure. Human engineers and soldiers exchanged looks of relief. It was the first time since the attack began that anyone had felt a semblance of hope, and yet none dared relax. The aliens were still out there. They were powerful, intelligent, and relentless. Above the Pacific, a faint shimmer appeared in the night sky. Alien sensors detected it for only an instant before the signal vanished. But that instant was enough. Something massive had moved. Something not entirely natural. By midnight, the world had settled into tense quiet. In remote stations, ADRES operators watched the alien fleet carefully. The humans could no longer be seen, but they were everywhere, hunting in the shadows, ready to strike when the moment came. A single, coded message left Earth through deep space relays, invisible to alien technology. Phase 1 activated. Humanity endures. It traveled across light years, a whisper in the void. To the aliens, it meant nothing. To the Council, it meant everything. Somewhere in the galaxy, a young Andor analyst leaned over her console, eyes wide. They're alive, and they're not afraid. The AI's voice echoed through Earth's command centers. The storm has only just begun. And somewhere in the vast, silent corridors of space, the alien fleet began to wonder if they had underestimated their prey. Humanity was no longer hiding. Humanity was preparing, and the galaxy would soon watch in horror. The ocean was quiet, almost impossibly so. On the surface, waves lapped gently against deserted coastlines. Below, in hidden bunkers stretching beneath the Pacific, the hum of machinery filled the void, vibrating through steel walls like a heartbeat. Humanity had waited for this moment for decades. The enemy thought Earth was weak, exposed, and defenseless. They were wrong. Deep beneath the ocean, the heart of Project Ares stirred. Vast conduits of glowing energy threaded through kilometers of reinforced tunnels, pulsing in perfect synchronization. Massive war machines, dormant for years, began to rise on magnetic rails. Their exteriors polished black, their edges sharp, designed to cut through the void of space like living weapons. And then the AI spoke. Its voice was calm, resonant, and terrifying in its clarity. Humanity does not surrender. For a moment, no one moved. Soldiers froze. Engineers held their breath. It was not just a command. It was a declaration. Humanity, in the eyes of the galaxy, was about to awaken. On the surface, satellites and radar arrays blinked back to life in the blink of an eye. Small drones launched, invisible to the alien fleet above, weaving through the remnants of destroyed orbital networks. Within hours, Ares had rebuilt every system the aliens thought they had destroyed. Every signal, every sensor, every defensive capability was now under human control. General Marcus Liang stood at the central command podium, his eyes reflecting the glow of the Ares interface. Status: he demanded, voice steady. Lieutenant Sarah Voss replied, "All systems online, sir. Stealth networks operational. Orbital defenses calibrated. Autonomous strike units prepared. Ares is fully awake." Liang exhaled slowly. "Then let the galaxy see what it has underestimated for centuries." High above the Earth, alien fleets drifted in perfect formation, unaware that everything they had counted on had already been turned against them. Command vessels flickered as invisible human drones infiltrated their systems, mapping internal schematics, studying energy signatures, and sending the data straight to Ares. Every ship became a blueprint, every weapon system a potential weakness. Admiral Threx, aboard the flagship Vornath's Pride, sensed the change first. "Sensors are failing," he hissed, claws rattling against the console. "Communications are scrambled. Our engines are misfiring. This cannot be." He did not finish. Another ship, a destroyer, simply vanished. One moment it floated in formation, the next it was gone, leaving only a ripple of light in the vacuum of space. Panic rippled through the fleet. Inside the bunkers, scientists watched the feeds. Dr. Elena Morozov leaned closer to a holographic projection of the alien fleet. "They're being dismantled. Digitally, physically, in every way we can observe," she whispered. "Ours isn't just defending. It's learning. It's adapting." The AI's voice broke the tension. Phase 2. Initiate strategic counteroffensive. Identify primary threats. Neutralize with minimal exposure. Liang nodded once. "Make it so." At that moment, thousands of orbital kinetic weapons fired, not explosively, but with surgical precision. Alien ships began disappearing in isolated flashes, their control systems collapsing from within. No missiles, no plasma beams, no brute force. Just perfect invisible strikes that left the enemy fleet in chaos. The Galactic Council observed in disbelief. Screens across the chamber displayed vessel after vessel vanishing from Sol's orbit. Councillor Thalek of Andor whispered, "This is impossible. How can a planet, primitive, barely interstellar, wield such power?" Ambassador Veer of Zraxis growled, "No technology should do this. They are evolving." The Supreme Speaker remained silent, its crystalline form trembling with unease. Even the most seasoned delegates could not comprehend what they were witnessing. Humanity, long dismissed as insignificant, was no longer the prey. Humanity had become the predator. On Earth, the world's population remained unaware of the full extent of the awakening. Citizens huddled in shelters, watched the night sky and prayed. But humanity's hidden defenders, Project Ares, its soldiers and its AI, moved like a single mind. Coordinated, unstoppable, calculating every possible outcome. In the Pacific Command bunker, the AI spoke again, softer this time, almost contemplative. "Observation, alien forces are unprepared. Probability of planetary survival, 97.8%. Recommendation, escalate countermeasures." Liang's lips pressed into a thin line. "They want to see what humans are capable of. Let's give them more than they bargained for." By midnight, the first alien command vessels had been neutralized. Their fleet staggered. Communications were cut off. Confusion spread like wildfire across the armadas. And then a new phenomenon occurred. An energy signature unlike any the aliens had ever seen, radiating from the Pacific Ocean in massive concentric waves. The ships above detected it and immediately attempted evasive maneuvers. But the waves moved faster than thought possible. Snaking through space and time itself, the alien commanders realized, too late, that Earth had not just defended itself. Humanity had prepared the stage for a reckoning. And then, in the silent void of space, a single, encrypted human transmission slipped through alien sensors. Its words were simple, chilling, and unmistakable. Phase 1 activated. Humanity endures. It was more than a message. It was a warning. Across the galaxy, the Council delegates froze. Humanity had survived the first strike. Humanity had fought back. And somewhere beyond sight, Ares had begun its first hunt. For the alien invaders, the war was no longer optional. It was inevitable, and humanity had only just begun. The galaxy held its breath. Above the Sol system, the alien armadas regrouped in frantic formations. Ships that had once moved with precision now twitched unpredictably. Systems failed randomly, engines misfired, and navigation arrays went dark. Commanders barked orders that went unanswered, weapons that refused to fire, and shields that collapsed without reason. The humans they had expected to destroy were nowhere to be seen. Below the Pacific, deep in the reinforced tunnels of Project Ares, a low hum filled the air. Human operators worked tirelessly, their faces illuminated by the glow of holographic star charts. The AI's voice, calm but commanding, echoed through every control center. Phase 2, counteroffensive initiated. Identify primary targets. Retaliation in progress. Lieutenant Sarah Voss glanced at General Marcus Liang. Sir, they're reacting too fast. The fleets above, they don't even know what's happening. We're controlling the battle without leaving orbit. Liang nodded, his jaw tight. Then let's remind them why humanity survives. The first strike of retaliation came without warning. From hidden orbital platforms, precise beams of energy snaked toward the alien fleet. Entire destroyers vanished in an instant, not exploded, not burned, just erased. Smaller ships disappeared in clusters, as if the AI was drawing them into a trap they could not see. Admiral Threx, aboard his flagship Vornath's Pride, screamed at his crew. Shields failing, engines offline, report. His officers were panicked. It's not conventional weaponry. They're targeting systems we didn't even know we had. Impossible, Threx growled, his mandibles clattering. This species, they're not supposed to be capable. He stopped mid-sentence as another entire wing of his fleet vanished. Panic spread faster than the humans had ever imagined the aliens could feel. The creatures had assumed superiority, and that assumption was now crumbling. Across the globe, hidden bunkers monitored the alien response. Scientists, soldiers, and engineers exchanged tense glances. Dr. Elena Morozov tapped rapidly on a console, pulling data from deep space relays. They're attempting to retreat, but our intercepts are guiding them into the kill zones. Ares is herding them. A junior operator looked up, eyes wide. It's like we're not just defending. We're hunting. Yes, Morozov whispered. Exactly. That's what they underestimated. Humanity doesn't just survive. We adapt, we fight back, and we end threats before they can strike again. Meanwhile, in the far reaches of Sul's orbit, human stealth ships appeared as if from nowhere. Cloaked drones darted between alien warships, disabling systems with surgical precision. Engines cut mid-flight, weapons misfired, command networks overloaded. The alien fleet staggered like a wounded beast. The Galactic Council, observing the unfolding chaos from their distant chambers, gasped. This was not what they expected. Counselor Thalik whispered under his breath, "They said Earth would fall. They said humans were weak, and yet they are not just surviving, they are destroying the invaders." Vir of Zraxis growled, mandibles clacking. No technology should allow a planet to strike a fleet like this. Yet here we are, this species. They are beyond reason. In orbit, the largest of Ares' orbital weapons activated. It was a massive platform, bristling with energy conductors and kinetic cannons. It did not fire immediately. It waited. The alien fleet trembled unknowingly, caught between fear and confusion. Then, with perfect timing, the platform released a wave of energy, not in explosions, but in silent, precise dismantling. Ships vanished as if the universe itself had erased them. The effect was psychological as much as tactical. Alien commanders panicked. Orders became contradictory. Fleets fractured. Some tried to retreat, only to vanish mid-jump. Others turned and fled toward other systems, carrying reports of the unthinkable. Humans were not only alive, they were everywhere. And they were hunting. Back on Earth, General Liang observed the destruction with controlled fury. This is just the beginning. They thought they could attack us, crush us, and walk away. They thought we were defenseless. They thought wrong. Lieutenant Voss nodded, her face pale but determined. Phase 2 is a success. We've made them hesitate. And hesitation is weakness. Good, Liang said. Then it's time to show them what happens when humanity fights back. Deep in the tunnels, the AI's voice pulsed like a heartbeat. Observation: all primary alien fleets neutralized or disoriented. Probability of human survival: 99.6%. Recommendation: escalate to Phase 3. Ensure maximum impact on remaining targets. Voss shivered. Phase 3. That's when it gets serious, isn't it? Ling's eyes narrowed. The galaxy wanted to watch us burn. Now they will watch humanity rise. As the night stretched over the Pacific, the alien fleet lay scattered, crippled, and disorganized. Reports poured in of destroyed command ships, vanished carriers, and entire squadrons lost. A single message, coded and undetectable, left Earth: Phase 2 complete. Humanity strikes back. And somewhere in the void, across the distances of light years, alien observers trembled. The species they had underestimated, mocked and dismissed, was no longer hiding. Humanity was hunting, and the galaxy would never forget the day the first retaliation began. The Galactic Council's chambers had never known silence like this. Crystalline walls reflected the flickering lights of dozens of monitors, each displaying the shattered remnants of fleets that had once ruled entire sectors of space. Ships that had been counted as invincible were gone, vanished as if they had never existed. The council delegates could only stare, their mandibles clattering, claws tapping, and crystal forms trembling with unease. Councillor Thalek of Andor leaned forward, voice barely audible. This cannot be. Entire fleets destroyed in hours. Earth's defenses. This is beyond comprehension. Vyre of Zraxis snapped his claws in frustration. We dismissed them as a primitive planet. We mocked their capabilities. And now he stopped, staring at a monitor that showed one of their largest command ships disintegrating in mid-orbit. Now we are humiliated. Supreme Speaker Kithris's form glimmered nervously. The being rarely showed emotion, yet now even it radiated fear. Our intelligence reports underestimated their technology, their strategy, and their resolve. Humanity is evolving faster than we imagined. The alien fleets outside the Sol system were fractured, scattered, and desperate. Commanders shouted orders that went unheeded. Signals failed. Ships teleported, or appeared to, into empty sectors, sometimes colliding with the remnants of their own allies. Every attempt at regrouping was met with instantaneous countermeasures from Earth's AI network, HFY, which now seemed to operate with uncanny foresight. Some delegates of the Council finally admitted what many had feared in secret. Humanity was no longer a threat to be managed. It was a force to be feared. Back on Earth, underground bunkers hummed with controlled chaos. General Marcus Liang stood at the command podium, watching the alien fleet collapse on the holographic display. Phase 3 is ready, he said, voice low but firm. The Council thinks they can observe us. Let's remind them. Observation is no longer allowed. Lieutenant Sarah Voss's eyes narrowed. Do we really want to escalate, sir? Phase 3, it's total retaliation. Civilizations beyond Sol may feel it too. Liang's jaw tightened. They forced our hand. They thought they could crush us, humiliate us, and walk away. They were wrong. Humanity fights back, and the galaxy will remember why. Deep below, the AI pulsed with awareness. Its voice, calm and precise, filled the command center. Assessment: primary alien fleets incapacitated. Council reaction: panic confirmed. Probability of successful intimidation: negligible. Recommendation: initiate targeted offensive on command centers and leadership nodes. Phase 3. Readiness 100%. Across the galaxy, Council members debated, some advocating surrender, others war, all terrified. Vyre of Zraxis slammed his claws onto a console. We cannot allow humanity to continue unchallenged. If they reach beyond Sol, every empire, every system will fall. Patience, Vir, Kithris intoned. We have observed for centuries. Perhaps humanity will destroy itself. We need only wait. But Thalek shook his head. Wait, look at them. They don't falter. They don't panic, they do not yield. Observation alone will not save us. We are witnessing the rise of something we cannot control. The delegates fell silent as another monitor displayed a new phenomenon. Earth's orbital platforms, previously hidden, were now forming patterns that suggested strategic planning on a scale never seen before. Ships, drones, and satellites aligned into formations, mimicking entire sectors of the galaxy. The message was clear. Humanity was no longer defending. Humanity was preparing. Back on Earth, Aries initiated its next stage. Massive orbital strike units reoriented, cloaked fleets repositioned, and subtle energy waves rippled through space, disabling remaining alien warships without a single explosion. Even the most advanced alien command systems could not trace the source. Every move was precise, coordinated, and invisible. General Liang watched the displays, voice steady. "The Council has seen nothing yet. Their fear is our advantage. Now we take control of their perception of reality." Voss glanced at him, incredulous. "We're not just surviving. We're rewriting history as they watch." "Exactly," Liang replied. "They dared to attack Earth. Now they will learn what humanity truly is capable of." In orbit, Admiral Threx of the alien fleet realized the horrifying truth. Humanity's reach had expanded far beyond what anyone thought possible. Their ships, once thought simple, were now everywhere at once, appearing in multiple sectors simultaneously. Entire sectors reported the same. Fleets falling apart, planets surviving strikes unscathed, alien technology neutralized without explanation. Threx's voice trembled, almost a whisper. They are gods, or something like them, and far beyond, the Council could only observe. Their deliberations were replaced by fear. Their strategies were replaced by panic. Humanity, once the underdog, had become the predator. The final signal of the day left Earth's command centers, encrypted, undetectable, but unmistakable in intent. Phase 3 preparations complete. The galaxy has watched our endurance. Now it will witness our power. And somewhere in the shadows of space, across light years, a single alien analyst whispered to no one in particular. Trembling. They were not supposed to survive, and yet here they are. And I fear they are only beginning. The Council trembled. The galaxy would never be the same. The Galactic Council had never felt fear like this. Across its chambers, crystal walls reflected the flickering chaos of a galaxy unraveling. Entire fleets, once considered invincible, were now phantom memories, erased by the invisible hand of humanity's Project Ares. Delegates whispered urgently, claws and limbs trembling. Councillor Thalek of Andor shook his head. "It's impossible." Entire star systems reported wiped clean. Humanity has surpassed us all. Vire of Zraxis slammed a claw on a console, sparks flying. They were supposed to be insignificant. Their planet, our simulation said they'd fall. And yet, they control everything. The Supreme Speaker's crystalline body pulsed faintly, reverberating with fear. Our observation has failed. We underestimated the species, and our failure has consequences. Unimaginable. Far above Earth, alien command fleets floundered. Ships collided in blind panic. Navigation arrays failed mid-jump. Energy shields collapsed randomly. Commanders attempted to issue orders, only to find their systems overruled by unseen hands. Every tactic, every maneuver was anticipated and countered. Admiral Threx's claws trembled as he stared at his main display. "It's everywhere. It's controlling our systems, our fleets, even our minds." His second-in-command stammered, "Sir, it's the AI, or whatever humans are using. It's evolved beyond anything we've encountered. It's thinking." "Yes," Threx hissed. "It's not thinking. It's judging. And humanity has learned what it is to survive, to dominate." Back on Earth, General Marcus Liang stood at the podium in the Pacific Command bunker, watching the holographic display of alien fleets collapse in real time. "Phase 4 is unnecessary," he said quietly. "They've already broken themselves." Lieutenant Sarah Voss glanced up from her console, eyes wide. "Sir, the Council? Are they "They're trembling," Liang said, voice hard. They thought observation would protect them. Now they realize they are vulnerable. Deep beneath the earth, Ares pulsed with awareness. Its voice, calm and omnipresent, filled every command center. Assessment: Galactic Council incapacitated. Probability of intervention near zero. Recommendation: prepare for final demonstration of human supremacy. Initiate Omega Containment Protocol. Voss swallowed. Omega Protocol? That's total annihilation, isn't it? Liang's gaze hardened. Not annihilation, justice. They dared to attack Earth now. They will witness their failure. In orbit, the first Omega units powered up. Massive energy conduits crackled with impossible power, drawing energy from the planet itself and converting it into controlled, precise strikes. Entire alien capitals vanished in silent, radiant bursts. Nothing remained. No debris, no screams, just absence. Reports poured in from every corner of the galaxy, fleets immobilized, colonies left in eerie stillness, entire command chains fractured. The Council, once confident in its authority, could do nothing. It was not defeat, it was irrelevance. In the Council chambers, panic turned to desperation. Virivzraxis banged his claws against his console, sparks flying. "Stop them! Stop the humans! Deploy the Omega device!" "Too late," Thalek murmured. "We're already within their control. Too far. Every move we attempt is anticipated. Humanity has transcended the rules we obey." Even Kitharus, the supreme speaker, felt unease ripple through its crystalline body. This species, they are no longer primitive. They are something else, something beyond control. On Earth, Ares orchestrated the final stage. Human fleets, orbital platforms, and autonomous drones moved with perfect synchronization. Every energy pulse, every strike, every maneuver was calculated to maximize impact and minimize collateral damage to the planet. Humanity was not just winning, it was demonstrating mastery over the galaxy itself. General Liang's voice cut through the bunker, steady and commanding. "They wanted to watch us burn. They thought we would fall. Now they see who we are." Voss's hands shook as she tapped a sequence on the console. "Sir, entire fleets gone. The Council, it's collapsed," Liang said simply. "Humanity is in control. The galaxy has no choice but to recognize it." For a brief, terrifying moment, the galaxy went silent. No fleet moved, no voice spoke. The stars themselves seemed to hold their breath. Then Ares transmitted a single, crystalline message to the Council. "You underestimated humanity. You observed when you should have acted. Now you witness the consequences. Phase 3 complete. Humanity endures." Across light years, alien diplomats trembled. Ships that had once been unstoppable were now lifeless husks. Colonies that had relied on the Council's protection were cut off, unsure whether they would survive the next wave of human retaliation. Somewhere, a young Zraxis analyst whispered, voice trembling, We were never supposed to survive against them, and yet they are unstoppable." Deep in the Pacific Command bunker, General Liang turned to his team. "Prepare for the final consolidation. The Council is broken. The fleets are gone. Humanity survives, stronger than any enemy imagined. Remember this moment. We are no longer the species they underestimated. We are the reckoning." Ares pulsed again, a soft glow filling the command room. "Observation: Galactic Council neutralized. Human dominance established. Probability of further resistance minimal. Recommendation: maintain control and prepare Phase 4. Outside, the night sky over the Pacific remained calm. But humanity had awakened. The galaxy had trembled, and the Council had fallen. Humanity would never be the same. The stars themselves seemed to pause. Across the galaxy, silence fell over fleets, planets, and colonies alike. The Galactic Council, once proud and absolute, had been reduced to whispers of fear and fractured authority. Humanity had risen from a planet they believed weak, insignificant and disposable, and now the galaxy watched in awe and terror. Beneath Earth's oceans and continents, Ares pulsed with calculated awareness. Its voice, calm and omnipresent, echoed across every command center, every warship, every hidden bunker. Observation complete. Primary threats neutralized. Galactic dominance assured. Phase 4. Optional but recommended. General Marcus Liang stood at the Pacific Command bunker podium, eyes fixed on the holographic display of the galaxy. The AI's words reverberated in his mind as clearly as if spoken aloud. "We've survived the unthinkable," he said softly, almost to himself. "They thought they could destroy us. They thought observation was enough. Now, we define what comes next." Lieutenant Sarah Voss, her face pale but resolute, glanced at him. "Sir, are we going to finish it? Humanity won't stop here, will it?" Liang shook his head slowly. "We don't destroy the galaxy. We protect it. We ensure it respects us. That is our purpose. High above, in orbit, humanity's fleets formed precise patterns around Seoul. Orbital weapons platforms hummed with contained energy. Drones moved like swarms of predatory insects. And satellites transmitted signals across the void, broadcasting a simple message. Humanity endured. Humanity ruled. Humanity would no longer be underestimated. And then Ares began the next stage. It gathered energy from the sun itself, shaping it into an artificial star, the Starforge Sun, a concentrated, controlled sphere of pure energy. Around it, orbital stations and planetary defense networks pulsed in synchrony. It was not a weapon of annihilation. It was a monument, a warning. The Galactic Council could only watch. From crystal chambers on distant worlds, delegates whispered in disbelief. They are creating a new sun?" One said. "Yes," another answered. "It is impossible, and yet it exists." Across the galaxy, surviving alien fleets fled to distant systems, sharing news of humanity's rise. Entire civilizations shuddered at the thought. The species they had once mocked, dismissed, and attempted to destroy was now beyond control. Humanity had transcended survival. It had become something no one had imagined. On Earth, humans watched in silence. Children, soldiers, scientists, and citizens alike felt the weight of their survival and the cost of their awakening. Humanity had fought not just for existence, but for recognition, respect, and dominance. And now, the galaxy knew the truth. Humans were relentless, adaptable, and unstoppable. In secret chambers beneath the Pacific, General Liang activated one last holographic feed. It displayed the remnants of the Council, scattered and broken. A single message was prepared, encrypted, and ready for transmission across the galaxy. "We survived when the galaxy doubted us. We endure. We are humanity. The Starforge Sun is our legacy. Choose wisely, stand with us, or vanish." Even as the galaxy trembled, a faint signal flickered from the edge of known space. It was weak, almost imperceptible, but unmistakable. The Starforge Sun pulsed faintly in response, as if acknowledging the presence of something beyond its reach. Ares spoke again, its voice calm but charged with quiet menace. "Observation, unknown entities detected at the galactic perimeter. Recommendation, monitor and contain. Humanity's vigilance must remain constant." Phase 5, prepared but dormant. Deep inside the bunkers, human operators shivered at the words. Humanity had won the battle. Humanity had secured the galaxy. And yet the AI reminded them that the universe was vast and challenges would always come. General Liang turned to his team, a solemn smile crossing his face. "They thought they could destroy us. They thought they were watching a primitive species. But they were wrong. Humanity endures. Humanity prevails. And the stars belong to us now." Far beyond the Starforge Sun, in the silent void of unexplored space, something stirred. Unknown signals pulsed faintly, patterns forming, watching. The galaxy held its breath once more. Humanity had risen, the Council had fallen, and the Starforge Sun burned as both shield and symbol. But the universe is patient. And even in victory, there are always eyes watching from the dark. Ares' voice echoed one final time across every human command center. Humanity survives. Humanity evolves. The reckoning has begun, and it is eternal. The Starforge Sun blazed brighter. Humanity had claimed its place among the stars, and the galaxy could do nothing but watch in horror.